All of the techniques we've ever learned have taught us how to communicate with the universe. Visualization, scripting and its various forms, assumptions, affirmations, all intended to teach us how to speak to the universe. But how does the universe reply? Is it only evident once your desire has been made physically and fully manifested? And until that point, does it mean your spiritual team has no interest in you, that they'd rather leave you feeling abandoned and alone? Well, the universe or your God has never stopped reaching out to you. There are ways in which they've spoken to you, but you just haven't been listening. By the end of this video, you will be bilingual, because in this video, we will be learning the language of the universe. Creo fielmente en la gratitud, así que estamos hablando de idiomas. Me gustaría dar las gracias a una nueva empresa que me ha estado ayudando a aprender español. Este año viajaré a Guyana, la tierra natal de mi madre. Y mientras esté allí, seguro que iría a Chile, quizás a Perú, quizás. Obviamente, aprender español será muy beneficioso, pero tengo que aprenderlo rápido. Es por eso que me actualicé de ese lindo pájaro verde a Lingoda. So my Spanish is nowhere near where I want it to be. I am actually better at writing it than I am at speaking it, but Lingoda has been helping me become fluent in Spanish. I've been reading a lot of books recently on behavioral change, and what I've learned so far seems to really align with their method of teaching. They have these challenges where you can get your money back if you complete them, of course. These are 2-month intensive language learning challenges, the sprint and the super sprint. The sprint is when you take 30 classes in 60 days, and the super sprint is when you take 60 classes in 60 days. Upon completion, you receive 50% cash back or credits towards even more classes if you're interested in legitimate fluency. The key to perfecting any new skill is practicing frequently. I personally prefer Lingoda for their 24/7 classes offered by native level teachers because I don't always have the most normal schedule. This learning method works for me because I'm actually learning from real teachers, native level speakers, and all within my schedule, which is crucial for me. Even if you're not traveling this year, I still think that learning a new language is a very valuable skill to have, especially in that job force. It sets you apart. So join the Lingoda language sprint and let your language skills bloom this year. Click my link and use the code in the description box for 20 euros off. I will leave the link to Lingoda and a coupon code for you to use if you're ready to finally check this off your bucket list this year. If you have the ability to desire it, the universe has the ability to deliver it. According to Abraham Hicks, a desire is only felt once your higher self has already become the fulfillment of that wish. The desire or the want that you feel is the pull between you and you, between who you are now, which is remnants of who you were, and who you've already become, which is who your higher self already is. When you have a pure desire, something that just makes you light up at the sheer thought of it, this is a clear communication from the universe. This is something that must be experienced by you because it's already become you. The desire is all the confirmation you need that what you want is already yours on a higher level. If it wasn't already yours, you would not be able to feel such positive intensity towards it. If you're currently lacking direction in life, pay attention to your desires. This is your personal path that you are being guided towards by the universe. If you notice that you feel absolutely nothing towards becoming an engineer, but everything towards becoming a therapist, there is something being communicated to you within that. Listen to it. Impulses and emotions is communication from the universe. Just to summarize this explanation by beloved Jack Canfield. Joy is a sign you're on the right track and doing what you're supposed to do. The opposite of joy is a sign from the universe that you're meant to make a change. It's simple enough. Does your job bring you overall joy? Does your relationship bring you overall joy? Does your major bring you more joyous experiences than not? Does your dirty car reflect joy or the opposite of joy? Is running a joyous experience for you, or is yoga more of a joyful experience for you? Follow your bliss. It will lead you to more bliss. When you think about it, this is basically just like attracts like. The universe moves us emotionally as a means to communicate with us. Impulses can look like just wanting to try a different cafe, just wanting to take a road trip on your day off, just wanting to start a YouTube channel, who knows where it could go, etc. The universe is saying something to you in these moments when you receive such clear and profound impulses from within. Impulses is one of the most common ways that the universe has been trying to reach out to you this entire time. The universe communicates with you in ways that you will recognize. If you do not speak Swahili or full Spanish yet, then it is very unlikely that the universe will choose these languages to communicate with you in, which is just a funny way of saying that the universe will communicate with you by showing you things that will stick out to you, which is specifically why it is so vast and varied for each and every individual here on this planet. As more and more of the Western population becomes more open-minded to concepts beyond traditional education, the tools and languages in which the universe can use to communicate with you becomes more and more varied, which is a wonderful thing because we're learning them now. Angel numbers is a very popular one. Angel numbers is a number sequence that tends to follow you wherever you go. Normally, angel numbers are repeating digits like 222, 333, 444, 888, 1010, 1111, and you get the idea. But this repetitive format isn't the only way the universe may be trying to have a word with you. For example, the numbers 33, 246, 0, and 1027 are angel numbers for me as they're highly relevant within my own life experience. Like experiences are another form of a synchronicity and therefore counts as communication. For example, when you merely think a thought and then out of nowhere you begin experiencing things related to that thought. The amount of comments I have received from people saying something along the lines of, I was just thinking about this concept and then the morning after, here's your video all about it, confirming it or denying it. I'm not hiding in your closet, babe. The universe will use people to communicate with you. Billboards, animals, songs, book titles, the words you overhear in a stranger's conversation, the way the sun shines on a particular person, the way the leaf lets go of the vine are all ways the universe has been trying to communicate with you. You interpret what the universe is trying to say to you based upon your gut instincts. But these are not the only ways that the universe has been trying to communicate with you. Again, it's whatever seems to stick out to you. Police sirens, for example, mean little to me, but ambulance sirens mean plenty. For me, that's a sign to say a little prayer for the individual in the back. Obviously, they've seen better days. And to offer gratitude for my own health by tending to it both physically and mentally, essentially to take it easy. According to Jack Canfield, pain could be an indication that something within your life is so severely imbalanced that it's manifested itself into stress and then inevitably pain. This isn't referring to pain that you would reasonably feel after a post-surgical operation or the pain that you would feel after breaking a leg, but rather it's more so pointing towards chronic pain with an unexplained source. As an example, a long time ago, I was experiencing a rather profound heartbreak. Unbeknownst to me, this heartbreak was very severe because it left me feeling old and undesirable, as though my best days were behind me. My first instinct was denial because I did not know how to solve this sort of emotional matter. As I continued to suppress and deny the reality of having a broken heart, the more my heart would continue to skip beats. It became difficult to breathe. If I'm being honest with you, my heart was physically aching, even though I still denied the fact that my heart was emotionally broken. My skin began breaking out as a physical representation of feeling undesirable. I did seek medical attention, but they could not find a source for these changes. Thoughts that come out of nowhere, gut feelings and instincts are what guided me towards the source solution. And this is another way the universe has been trying to communicate with you. When you see red flags, when your instincts say immediately yes or no, when you experience thoughts that seemingly come out of nowhere, this is the universe trying to communicate with you, hun. I knew I had to recognize that emotional pain that I was enduring at that time so that I could heal it. And the more I healed it, the more I worked towards healing it, the more my heart rate began to turn back to normal until it was perfect as it was before. I visually tracked the state of my skin, and that did also eventually heal back to perfection as I healed my self-concept. Divine intervention is obviously clear communication from the universe, but are you willing to consider the possibility of divine intervention when your relationships suddenly end? Losing your job, losing your friend, losing a lover is clear divine intervention, and therefore is communication from the universe. That dynamic, something about it may have been holding you back. Something may have been imbalanced within it. Something may have been afoot. Something that you could not predict. This ending may have been the most efficient, albeit dramatic, way to protect you and guide you towards where you're really supposed to be. Can you trust that? This isn't to say you could never have your job back, your lover back, or your friend back, but the universe, my cultural belief is our angels and ancestors as well, conspired for your highest good, babe. Patience, young Padawan, and trust. Divine intervention is not always disguised as negativity. For example, when you get the job offer despite having no credible experience, that's divine intervention. Obviously, the time is now. When you finally meet the person who loves you genuinely and you don't have to question it, you don't have to get tarot readings about it because you're certain that they love you, even though you made amends with being solo forever. This is divine intervention. The time for you to safely fall in love is now. Divine intervention is the most dramatic display of universal communication, although sometimes they can be disguised. Trust and patience is what will get you through. Things that get stuck in your head, like songs, specific lyrics or bars to a specific song, repetitive dreams, slogans, parables, verses, ideas. These things that repeat themselves to you are repeating themselves to you for a reason. There is something within them that must be decoded and then heard. One Saturday morning, I woke up late and immediately started rushing. I didn't even take the time to fully put on my makeup, which is something that I love to do. I did plan my day the night before, and I ensured not to add too many tasks to my Saturday. But I could not account for waking up late. And because of this, now I was at risk of being late for every other engagement that I had planned. So I jumped in my car and I hit traffic, of course. And of course, every stoplight was mine. And once I made it to the freeway, I immediately moved over to the far left lane so that I could speed. Going 130 kilometers an hour in a zone where the limit is 100. In spite of this alarming speed, it's alarming for me, I'm a CDL, I still felt like I was not going fast enough. Somewhere between 130 and 140 now, a song came on my Spotify playlist, a song that should not have been there. Time is on my side. It's that Irma Thomas rendition. It's much slower. It's far more soulful. This was divine communication from the universe. I heard it. I slowed down and I still arrived on time. There are numerous ways in which the universe and your God has been speaking to you. And you will hear it once you slow down and listen. To end this video, I would like to leave you with a quote. Prayer is when you talk to God. Meditation is when you listen. But a more accommodating way of saying this would be techniques are when you talk to the universe. Awareness is when you listen. And with that being said, thank you for watching this video. I truly do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I trust you'll give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more content just like this one. So, how did you like today's video and what video would you like to see next? You let me know in the comment section down below. I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Toodles.